Let's see. Let's see how it
It looked
goes.
like about a 15-second delay.
It was a minute because I could actually see it.
Wow.
There. Let's see. And I think we are back. I think we are back. Uh, so to everyone, that last stoppage was intentional because we had over a minute delay. So I stopped it, and then the delay is now back to 1 second. So I think we are good now. So uh, hopefully all is good. I'm gonna switch to Kalen Melville's game, and then I'll be able to tell
This
the.
breakthrough was very nice in Andy's game. That's the kind of thing that starts to separate the better club players from the clueless club players.
And this is the position now. I think we are back normal. The delay is like a couple of seconds, so it looks like everything is working again. Let's hope it stays. Kalen with 19 seconds left.
Is Rook G1 going to work? What else? Oh, Rook F1.
Rook G1 was a better try.
Yeah, Rook F1 is just loses on the spot.
Well, it was a tough position, and Kalen couldn't find it.
And
well, Michael,
we want to thank our loyal fans for sticking with us amidst the production issues. It's probably St. Louis Chess Club trying to interrupt our stream because they don't want the competition. I mean, was the St. Louis Chess Club streaming live from the U.S. Open? No. Right? They're probably.
That's right.
We were.
The Mechanics Institute was streaming live from the U.S. Open. So.
Yeah, well, the thing is that we have to convince people to take more of an interest in the club players and the kind of off the cuff informal analysis that we do here. You know, if you want to see Caruana and Wesley So playing, then you have to go to the Sinquefield Cup.
Yeah, but if you want to see David Rekinitz and Teodoro Porlaris just entertain the fans for hours on end,
absolutely,
you go to the Mechanics Institute for that.
They are us and we are them. You know?
So what is up with this game here?
I'm not sure what Michael's thinking about here. Is there maybe Bishop F1, Queen G4? Is that the only move?
I mean, that's a thought. And of course, you can mate white with Bishop G2 check.
Yeah, that's Bishop a pretty mate too.
Rook E1.
Yeah, that would end up to be a pretty mate. But what else?
Queen G4 at least, you know, throws a threat out there, fighting for a moment. So, okay, Kalen.
Who is this? Who is the Queen? Let's see it. Let's see this played out. Alexi, aren't we all previously unknown players until we're known?
About this previously unknown player.
And now the beautiful Bishop G2 and Rook E1 mate.
Oh, he found it. And Mike, of course, Mike would do that.
There you go.
Really nice.
Played it out to mate.
Very good.
Yeah.
So we still have this game going on between Chess Appeals, Kevin Fong.
And Michael's rating is now crawling back up to the 2,300 mark.
Ah, excellent. Excellent.
That's what, you know, he was in expert land for a long time and now.
Expert land.
Yes, when his health was bad. but that must also mean his health is pretty reasonable now. So that's good to see.
This might
Queen F8. What? What do I know about chess? I guess Queen E5 might have been actually risky to Rook D8.
might be thinking G5.
I don't know.
G5 and then pushing.
Why play Queen F8? That just doesn't make any sense.
See, we have Paul here, like, I'm over here just talking not that long ago about appreciating the club player and their ability to make mistakes that sometimes entertains the chess fans even more. And then, we have the chess snob, Paul, over here. Like lamenting, like, how could these players possibly do this to chess?
Well, they have to be reprimanded.
Yeah, they got to be put in check, literally. Literally and figuratively.
And who is this woman that Alexei and Ruksha 1232 are talking about?
It is Camelia Sharuda, I believe.
Did she win something at the U.S. Open, or show up, have some incredible result, or what?
Or won the U.S. Open?
Well,
Best woman's prize.
Oh, yeah.
Top finishing woman there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, at the 2021, at this most recent U.S. Open. And
well, you know what? Actually, St. Louis has a club too, and I'm not ready to pronounce judgment on them because I know that they have an actual chess club there, right? That meets on occasion on during the week, right?
I mean,
they're open all the time.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, I'm speaking out of the top of my head. So as usual. So don't.
Well, I mean,
don't.
I mean, we're open all the time, kind of, sort of, just not on the weekend for right now. But I've never been there. I've never been to the St. Louis Chess Club. I don't know the culture. I can tell you this, that there are some people that are from there and that culture that have said that they do have regulars there, just in terms of their scholastic program, that it's here I go, right? I'm gonna piss off.
Well, we don't have the arches. We have the Golden Gate Bridge, but we don't have the arches. Maybe that's the biggest difference.
Well, let's just put it this way. Like, I think we have a really good sense of community with our players. And not that other clubs don't, but I just know we do. And we care about that, I think, too. We're
only if they play decent moves.
We're conscious of that. Yeah, and then Paul will quit on you if you play bad chess, right? It's like, but I think Paul enjoys seeing club players that need to be reprimanded, because then it gives him a role, gives him a purpose.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Otherwise, what are you doing?
Nick is pointing out the good chess stuff. I have to point out the ridiculous.
You have the hard job. You have to reprimand them.
Well, here's what we do have. We have North Beach, as we've been taking our walks.
Okay, so there's one arch in St. Louis. See, but I'm being, I'm just being arch. Being arch.
We have arches just minutes from the mechanics, the McDonald's arches on Market Street.
Yeah, that's right.
As Alexei puts up the golden arches. We have the golden arches walking distance from the Mechanics Institute.
Well, I said it very archly,
Oh my God! Speaking of which, amazing Anch. Hello. Hola.
If you want to hear it, if you want to just talk about chess all the time, then, you can follow that old U.S. Sinkfeld, the Sinkfeld Cup. A lot of the strongest players are missing from that tournament, right? They don't want to come and travel during the pandemic.
And our historian in residence, Taryn, is saying arches are part of the notable architectural features of our building.
Yeah. And when was the St. Louis Arch built? The MI Arches.
The MI Arches. We should call ourselves, if we form another team, the MI Arches. We're so used to seeing them, we don't notice them. And when we walk into the building, right, there's a big arch. They're just so high, right, with all the marble. I think so.
And marbles. I mean, we've lost some marbles too.
We're losing marbles all the time. We have marble and lose marble. Arched windows, yeah.
Oh, in the library. Yes.
So tell me, Taryn was, and this is another thing you're not going to see, is you're not going to see people like Taryn Edwards, she was on our broadcast, right?
That's right. Yeah, she came
on.
on
What did you guys talk about?
We were talking about Ajib and Ajib's presence at the Mechanics Institute and the fairs, and piqued the interest of Alexei. So they've now connected on that on a collaboration article.
Oh no, Rook D8. Unbelievable. Austin.
Yeah. Austin had come back, was winning the game, and
I'm sorry I had to interrupt you there, Abel.
Oh no.
This
game's pretty much over.
Taryn, I hope you're learning something about chess here.
Oh.
And look at this. It's a race. But White goes back and with 2 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock manages to see that Black had queened.
So I think all of us are hanging by the seat of our pants to see when both these players will realize that probably nothing's going to happen here.
This
is the final game.
Nothing can happen here.
And we appreciate Taryn checking in on us. I think she's addicted now. She came on the broadcast and now she's listening to us just shoot the breeze.
Yeah,
and,
The real Mechanics Institute Chess Club is meeting here.
Well, that's real support, actually, and that's one reason people have always said there's the Marshall Chess Club. It's really nice, but they like the mechanics better. It's more stylish. And one is that we are an institute with the library, and we have people like Taryn who part of our institute.
So Judith's asking, you know what? Just call this game a draw and pair the round as if this is a draw.
Wow. Can Judith do that? Can Judith stop this game and make it a draw?
No, we're just going to pair it. We assume it's going to be a draw. And then if it's not, we'll just repair it. But someone's really going to have to go off the rails, right, for this not to be a draw. So all we need to do for our next broadcast is just we'll get Jen on the broadcast. We'll get Laura.
Taryn back.
Get Taryn. And
as long as she just keeps saying nice things about me, then
yeah. And then if they stop saying nice things, then we just won't have them on. And that's it. Bishop d6. Nope. Amazing Anch is asking, was king c5 winning, but then you would have had bishop d6 check.
Someone can lose on time. It's been
Or
known
bishop,
to happen.
bishop e3. Yes, that's right.
Oh, look at this. Well, the bishop is hanging at d5. If I'm white, I play king takes b4 here. At least there's a chance to win, and maybe. So I had this fantastic experience last night, Nick. I was getting on my plane at Charlotte to come to San Francisco. And speaking of the Mechanics Institute Chess Club, and the plane was getting delayed, and I was coming into San Francisco later and later, and I was wondering, how should I get back? BART can be a little sketchy, like at midnight, walking back up from Powell Street. So lo and behold, I'm waiting for the plane, and I hear somebody shout my name, and it's Thomas from our class, Nick, that we taught.
Oh my!
Yeah, with Leon. There was Thomas.
Oh my gosh! Really?
Yeah, and so we started talking. He loves chess. He loves the Mechanics Institute. We start talking, and he says, and I was wrangling for a ride. I asked him, "How are you getting back?" And he was going my way.
So you got that ride.
And he had a little dog with him that he was bringing back to his son.
Oh, wow.
That he had picked up in Philadelphia. And like you, Abel, he said he'd stopped in Philadelphia for a cheesesteak.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a terrific cheesesteak, by the way. They buttered the bread. I loved that. And they
Is that right?
Mozzarella cheese. And I was saying that I had a cheesesteak at the hotel in Cherry Hill where the tournament was held on the same day that I had the cheesesteak in Philadelphia. And what got noticed right away, I took a photo of it, I put it in the newsletter. But what I noticed, the difference of the two cheesesteaks right away is that it distinctively remembered that they buttered the top and bottom of the bread on the Philly that I had in Philly. And
is that to make sure that your hands get greasy?
Yeah, get greasy and it drips and makes it look authentic. But
right.
It was so good, and it was totally different because the other one felt dry. Yeah, I did not do the cheese whiz. I did the mozzarella. So I don't know if that you look like a tourist if you do that there.
Deer was getting smashed.
He was.
And got lucky.
And the games are paired. The pairings are up for the final round. Risnesh Ravind is going to take on Grandmaster Gadir Gusenov. Sanjeev Anand on board 2 against Balachandra Dulipala. Mike Walder, Akshaj Pulijala on board 3. A game that I'm looking forward to seeing. Jeff
Anderson playing?
Jeff Anderson and Rithwik Narendra on board 5. That should be a good game. But Risnesh Ravind, who's 1651 rated, he's playing on board 1. He's new to the TNM.
All right. Well, we have an unknown player, Nick, taking on Gadir.
Who's a very known player. So.
Well, that was quite a swindle. One day Gadir's luck will run out, but I'm not predicting anytime soon.
The one thing about Gadir, he did this once before, although he did it to the wrong player. It was against Alan Finkelstein at the John Donaldson Championship, where he sort of lost his train of thought, hung a piece, hung on to draw the game, but it was close. I just think he let go of his concentration, and then, he got lucky that Jeff fell pretty short on time, and he got the win. All right, round 8 will start in 2 minutes. The final round of the Thursday night marathon.
I'll be right back.
He'll be right back, folks. Hey, so Nick, you've been following Sinquefield Cup? Or was it round 2 today? Or 3?
Oh, I didn't see what happened today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do know from the first round that Caruana beat Shanklin.
that was to me, a shame. Sam's our local, so I root for him.
Yeah.
I was really hoping he'd, follow up with another great performance, but tough competition.
And such is the chess business, right? Like, you could have this fantastic tournament, be playing out of your mind, sharp, and not that you had a bad tournament. It's only one game, but it's not reasonable against that caliber competition that you're just going to roll on against everyone.
But in the Blitz, it was something that Nakamura won. So his whole life is about fast chess and Blitz chess and answering during his streaming.
And he won that pretty handily, from what I saw.
Did.
Right? Yeah. And Kostya Kavutsky is writing the daily newsletters for the Sinquefield Cup. Says Judith Shanklin 0.5 out of 3. Wow. Yeah, I was saying we were having our quads last weekend. We had 42 players, and then out of the blue, Patrick Wolf shows up on like a Saturday, late afternoon. And it's, you're like, hey, are you here to see the quad? He didn't even know anything was going on in the institute. I think he was gonna just come, just check it out. And we have like a packed room full of quads, so that was kind of nice for him to check out the action at the Mechanics Institute. All right, Judith asks, are you ready? Final round. Let's get the games going. And the games are starting. The final round of the Thursday night marathon at the Mechanics Institute online. Mike Walder's clock is running. And Judith is manually starting each and every game. Chief TD.
So Mike Walder, he's what, 1 point behind?
Looking at the standings, he is a full point behind, yes. So Gadir in clear first, 6.5. Balachandra Dulapala at 6, a half point behind. Mike Walder, 1 full point behind at 5.5. But the next closest player is at 4.5. So Mike Walder is a full point ahead of everyone behind him. So Walder, Dulapala, and Guseyanov have sort of broken away from the field.
So there's a clear first, a clear second, and a clear third.
Yeah, that's right. Heading into the final round. That's something you don't see that often, actually.
Not a clear third like that.
Yeah, especially at the last round.
So what's going on board 1?
I don't have Gadir Guseyanov's game up, and I'm wondering if that's because one of them is just not online at the moment. Let me follow him. No, that game is going. Here we go. Let's go to it. Here is the game. Risnesh Ravind and Gadir Guseyanov. Gadir with the black pieces.
Well, Risnesh is playing very solid.
Yeah, he is definitely a systems player, Gadir.
Well, then you can play very quickly. You know your system so well.
Mm-hmm.
Rip out the moves.
Whoops. And for those people tuning in that did not hear me yap about it at the beginning, this weekend we have a 2-day FIDE rated event, 5 rounds, the Bernardo Smith Memorial. Game in 2 hours with 5-second delay. Every section is going to be FIDE rated. So come take part in the action. We got 3 sections. Should be a lot of fun. Register now by clicking that link. We have a little over 30 players already signed up, and as usual, we want to see entries falling in the last couple of days. So come join us at the Mechanics Institute. Saturday and Sunday, we will be there for the Bernardo Smith Memorial.
Well, White has nothing here.
Yeah, we get... yeah, you and a lot of other players end up signing up late. Adam Stafford.
Queen E7, black's better already.
Yes. It's
Whoa.
Rishness has to worry about black taking over the center.
And he played it. Look at that. I'm a grandmaster.
Playing GM moves.
Well, Paul, you were doing a really good job last game, predicting Jeffrey's good moves to give him a winning position against Gadir.
And then when I started predicting the moves, that's where he went off the rails. I was suggesting knight b6, and then everything fell apart.
White just has the wrong idea here. He should have played pawn to e4 instead of knight to c4. He still would have had nothing, but
And here's another game in the round. This is Jeff Anderson playing white against Rithwik Narendra. Kohli system.
So Balachandra must be on second board.
He is on second board.
Oh, look at this. This is very, or could be very exciting.
What move are you looking for here?
Well, I don't know. Just these kind of games. I mean, does White have any? Bishop f5 maybe. Try to make that knight d7 look bad. I don't know. These are the kind of positions, or taking on c5.
Yeah, I mean, that move knight to d7 by black was strange, but I can't see any shot here for white. So
Yeah.
black gets to repair his position.
Jeff Anderson got some fans in the chat saying, "Go Jeff."
Yeah, after last game, Jeff will be watching you.
Jeff's an old timer, right? He's been around for a very long time, I think, playing chess.
Yeah.
At the Mechanics in the Bay Area. He might go back to the 70s. I think he does, right? Is that the same guy?
They're both from Napa. Dimple Pinch and Jeff.
Jeff's been playing tournament chess for a long time, right? It's the same Jeff Anderson I'm thinking about.
I would think so. Keeps himself pretty busy with chess and golf, I think.
Golf
and chess, like Alexei's column. Actually, with Reika, I think she wrote that article with Reika, chess and golf. Let's check in on Balachandra's game. There it is right here. And this
Zen
is
Wabi.
Zen Wabi.
Zen Wabi. I'd like to know the story behind some of these names. You know?
That's not some known thing. And I think Balachandra Dulapala is playing Sanjeev Anand. Yep.
Well, I have a weakness for these complicated middle game Roy Lopez positions. I don't know how to play them, but I like the way they look.
Very classic chess. Yes.
And Dimple Pinch, Zen Buddhism, Wabi Sabi.
Okay, what is Wabi Sabi in Zen Buddhism?
See, we get into philosophy. We get into everything here. Golf and chess. And
Wabi Sabi.
no stone goes unturned here.
I didn't know Reika played golf.
Yeah, she was on the golf team at her high school. Japanese aesthetics. Wow, it's like
So is that kind of like Feng Shui, you know, Wabi Sabi? Has it got that Feng Shui quality to it? I mean, Japanese aesthetics, sure. Calligraphy, go, samurai, all that kind of stuff.
We had someone come into and there's like Adam Stafford.
Yeah, that's awesome. The symbol there is that.
Yeah, and I told you.
Of course, I don't know my Japanese figures.
Adam Stafford, Feng Shui. Adam Stafford. Oh, we're waiting for the first round of a tournament to start, and then Adam Stafford just all of a sudden he starts talking to Leon, just busting out Mandarin, and I'm like, "What is this?" And he's like speaking it like it's his native language.
Wow.
And it's like,
yeah, that's extraordinary.
My gosh. I'm like, Adam, what are you doing? Where'd you get that? Where'd you pick this up? And he said he's self-taught. Self-taught. I asked, how many languages do you speak? He's all 6.
You know what I'm thinking about Gadir? He sees a line and he's like, that's enough. You know, that's what I'm thinking about him. That he's using this as a kind of a Zen practice. I think that Gadir is the Zen dojo. He's the master of the Mechanics Institute Tuesday night dojo. You know, and
we're all just learning. We're all just learning from him.
Yeah.
What about Bishop D5 here? Can we do that?
Well, the king will probably move to H8 at the least. Right. And he just sees a line that wins a pawn and he plays it instantly. He's got that mind, the beginner's mind, chess beginner's mind.
This is the matrix. Like he sees the zeros and the ones of chess.
This was just such a simple line to just take a pawn, and it looked like Black might have had more or something, but maybe, you know, maybe this was it and enough, you know.
Let me flip to Mike Walder's game here.
Rook B1 doesn't quite work, I suppose. Might.
Mike Walder is playing Akshaj Pulajala, who's 1531 rated.
Oh. Black has not gotten those breaks on the like pawn to f5. So those double pawns look really ugly. Queen to h5 just sits on the black position.
Yeah, black needs to have had one of those moves in.
Because it's, you didn't get the break in early, and now it's very hard. And
I'm all alone over here.
Was that Lost in the Matrix? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I was in my hotel room and I switched on some late night just as I was falling asleep, and there was Pulp Fiction.
good, fantastic.
And I thought I'm going to stay up to watch this. And then they're right in the middle of like John Travolta and Uma Thurman are kind of like doing the twist and everything.
Yeah.
And they cut to a commercial
Oh,
in the
my
middle
God.
of the dance.
Oh,
In the middle
that's
of
like
the
so
dance.
terrible. That just like disrupts
So
the
I said,
flow.
I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to watch it if they're going to interrupt excuse me.
the godforsaken
If they're
dance.
They're going to interrupt one of the best parts of the movie right halfway through with this.
Yeah.
A big kahuna
Yeah.
burger, that Hawaiian burger joint. That's the big kahuna burger.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
not gonna-
a tasty burger.
it's a good movie, but I gotta watch that uninterrupted by commercial.
You got to watch like where you got to drop $3.99 and get the unedited, version.
Ridiculous.
That Hawaiian burger joint. All right, King Smasher and Chess Appeals. Aaron Nikoski is playing white. Sorry, against Kevin Fong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can be a little movie review thing, as well. Like, everybody's got to go home and watch a chess movie or something like that.
Chess movie, or,
Yeah.
or a movie that mentions chess or something.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about it. We'll have a little conversation about it. It'll be a continuation of Chess Cafe or something.
well, as Taryn suggests, we could show movies in the mechanics, like Pulp Fiction without any commercials.
Yeah.
They should do, instead of like the Friday night they do the Cinema Lit, they should just say, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to show. You're just going to show up and we're going to talk about it after. And then
That's a good idea. Yeah, blind movie, and then we'll, it'll be date night or something at the mechanics.
Thank you, Alexi, for
Blind date.
hanging out. 10:16 where she is in Texas. So thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Good night, Alexi.
Good night, Alexi.
Yeah, with popcorn. Got to have the popcorn.
A few minutes of a cool old movie. Yeah, some like greatest scene. We could just take.
That's right. Lawrence Fishburne, The Matrix, and Searching for Bobby Fischer. That is right.
Huh.
Nice one there. Nice one. Dimple pitch. Good call.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne was the chess hustler in Washington Square Park in Searching for Bobby Fischer.
That's right. Taught him how to play Blitz.
Yeah.
Or taught him the
Chess.
value of Blitz. The value of Blitz.
There's a great free movie you can watch on YouTube. It's called Chess Fever, and it's got Capablanca in it, and it's one of the greatest chess movies.
I remember
The real Capablanca.
I remember you mentioning that. Wow, let me go back to Gadir's game here.
Apocalypse Now. I thought this is Apocalypse Now that we're watching. Oh, wait a minute, it's one of Gadir's games.
Why did he just give up the e-pawn? That's like...
Because once you've given up the B pawn, you might as well give up the E pawn as well.
It naturally follows that you should just give up everything else. There's a great documentary on Netflix. I think it was Netflix, or it was Amazon. It's called Street Games, and it's about the San Francisco street chess that was on Market Street.
I wonder if there's footage of Erica Malikan playing there.
There was not, because I would have noticed that, but it was people that were like from the original, the origins, and one of them even mentioned the Mechanics Institute, how they got kicked out of the Mechanics Institute, and that's what started the street chess. Is they got kicked out of the Mechanics Institute, so they were just hanging out on the street, and they just started playing street chess, and then they brought the tables out on Fifth and Market, and then they just brought the tables out, but it was like a full-fledged documentary, Street Games.
Yeah.
And there was people in that documentary that I've seen play inside the Mechanics Institute.
See, and that was started by the Mechanics Institute.
Yep. That would be a cool thing to stream. Yeah, that would be a cool, like a TNM warm up. Get Taryn on, and then talk about the street chess culture. And we could get Erica Malikan on, talking about street chess. I mean, she was like trying to tell me, hey, how do we get street chess back? And I'm like, well, I mean, now we live in the era of permits and all of this stuff. So that would be a challenge. I think I talked to Judith that, and I know Taryn did a talk on it one time, Maiden Lane, right there by Mechanics Institute.
Yeah.
That would be a perfect spot for like a street chess scene because
it's simul.
Because it's closed off.
A simul.
Yeah. Or simul. Yeah.
Nick and I could give a tandem simul.
With clocks, and then so you guys can lose a few games. Because you're gonna have to.
We take on all comers.
Yeah.
Not with clocks, but just take on all comers, like people walking on the street.
Doesn't want the clocks.
Yeah, but the funnest thing about the street chess scene is the fringe people, that the hustlers, the trash talk.
Yeah. Well, that's why that's why they shut it down, because apparently the police claimed that there were drug dealers hiding behind the chess players.
Oof.
Look
at that shot right there. Knight G4, if you take it.
And you're going to win the queen no matter where that king goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gadir is putting this one away.
Wow, what? He plays that ultra fast. Like, I saw that tactic 3 moves ago or something.
Wow, that is so simple for Gadir.
Yeah.
King E1 or King G1's met by Knight F3 check anyway.
Yeah.
So
the knight's gonna move somewhere and deliver a check on a dark square, winning the queen. Nice one. That's why he's a GM for sure. And Gadir, another TNM win. I could play queen takes knight.
Well, that's a queen for a knight. Well,
queen for a day. Queen for a night.
For a day. Queen for a day, plugging Lauren Goodkind's book. Queen for a day. Hey, Lauren, if you are watching, just say hi in the chat. But I believe she's in Washington, D.C. right now.
So Gadir wins another one. What's happening on the second board with Balachandran?
Balachandra Dulapala. Let's see. Dulapala playing black here against Sanjeev Anand.
I think one of the most amazing things is that Gadir can really just make mincemeat of some of these IMs and GMs that have played in here as well. And Balachandra is one of those players that Gadir has really been kind of rough on,
especially because he just locks in, right?
Yeah.
And in the chat, I put the link. Lauren Goodkind, who got a U.S. Chess Award this year for meritorious service, she wrote a book for young girls learning chess, Queen for a Day, that walks people, walks players step by step to what you should ask yourself before you make a move. A great book. I have a signed copy at the office, and it's in the chat. So click on that if you have a young child. It's good for girls and boys learning to play chess. It's like a great book to what players should ask themselves, especially new players, um, of what you should be thinking. Like, what are the reasons for this move, and figuring that out. So, congrats to Lauren. I'm happy she got recognized for all the work she's done. She's been doing this work for several years, just volunteering, coaching, just promoting women and girls in chess. So get the book and give your support.
This is not an easy position. Black is better, I guess, a pawn ahead, but it's not easy to figure out what to do.
All of White's pieces are on good squares. Yeah, I mean, Belichander really has to work for his win if he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Kadir was just, oh, wow.
He's just rolling over there.
And what about Mr. Walter on board 3?
Yeah, let's check out Mike Walder.
Mad Mike.
Angry Mike Walder.
Yeah, angry Mike Walder.
That's like calling, like you said, a 7-foot person tiny. Oh,
this is going Mike's way for sure.
Yeah.
He still has to break through.
Falling down.
Falling down, yeah.
Like the movie Falling Down? Like Michael Douglas. Where that is angry, just losing it, falling down. That was a bad day. I just remember this line in that movie where he goes to like a fast food place and they didn't give him like the right order or something, and he just like politely asks to see the manager, and just everything went to hell from there.
Yeah, Michael Douglas had a string of great movies.
Yeah.
So, Nick, I think this is one of those moments, aha moment for Paul, right? There's that beautiful knight at D5. And every chess player has learned that, you put that knight at D5 and you're happy forever. But then I realized after reading Palugievsky that you're not happy forever with the knight at D5. That knight on D5 actually has to do something, and then it can be a happy knight.
But the thing is that you Black takes that knight there, and now you've cleared up that diagonal for that bishop.
Yeah, I don't think Black wants to take, but it's just that the beautiful knight at D5 is just it's got to actually do something.
And it's not. No, that's
and
then we can.
That's like Sam Shanklin in his book on pawns, saying that that's great that you can double up your opponent's pawns, but they're not really weak unless you can attack them or do something with them, right?
Oh yeah, I think I saw it was Geary made that some comment in a chess magazine where like, oh, those are, nice, you've got nice control of the dark squares, but you're getting mated, So, like, I forgot how he put it. It was very funny, though. It was hilarious, actually.
Let's see what other games are going on here. Look at this game. This feels like this is Kalen's style because a lot of his games end up this way. Kalen Melville.
This is where Michael might have more difficulty in positions like that.
Like Kalen plays a lot of games where just the positions are locked up. Like a lot of games. I think his comfort levels in these games.
He won a pawn somehow.
Yeah. Black is doing good here, I think. Well, he has to play knight g3, or at least it looks like he should. It looks like a great position for Black.
Yeah.
Although White, you know, if White can bust open the queen side somehow, otherwise it's... So Sam has lost 2 games now.
Yeah.
He lost to Caruana in the first round of the Sinquefield Cup. And Darius, how do you pronounce his last name?
Is it Schwarz? Schwarz?
Yeah, he's lost 2 games as well.
Yeah.
And Yermolinsky was really raked him over the coals, actually. Not quite, but like said that, you know, this is kind of what's happening with people who are just playing chess online compared to people who are, but then he noted that Caruana has gotten much more of an opportunity to play live over the board, whereas Darius has not been able to play in those kinds of tournaments.
Interesting.
Oh, now Cannon did that. I would have just brought my knight to f4. Just such a nice square.
And he's, you know, I mean, it seems logical to think, well, I'm just going to support that pawn and just lock it up. But
these are 2 good players, but it looks like Kalen's still got a great game.
Yes, still a pawn up, but what's the idea?
If I'm White, I want to play a4 and just hope that Black doesn't play a5. But what do I know? Yeah, h5 means that you're going to play g4. So you better do it. But
and guys, I'll be right back.
He's really aiming for g4. And maybe that's the quickest way to win. Or maybe it's the wrong idea. I don't know.
Oh, it looks good. That looks good. You know, you're oh, and the knight jumps in there, and oh, it's trying to take the pawn on g3, so you probably have to take it.
Yeah, maybe that's not what Black intended to do.
Then your g pawn is hanging.
Yeah, h5 had that all right, well, let's be calm here and just play rook g8 or something, and then
don't lose your pawns. They're your friends.
And then you can still play h4, knight h5, and knight f4 maybe, or
you can. Although that sort of defeats the purpose of that h5 move.
It does.
I mean, if you brought the knight to f4 first and then prepared the making the pawn break with pawn.
He still wants to try to play g4. He's single-mindedly going for it. We are doomed mate in 12.
Mate in 12.
But if black plays G4, then F takes G4, and then knight at 8, F6 hangs. So it's all this kind of preparation, and maybe
Yeah.
black plays rook H6 first.
Let me
And then G4 won't even really threaten anything because white
Yes.
doesn't have to take it. I
What
don't
can
know.
white do? White can play A4, but then A5 blocks everything up.
Yeah, hope that black doesn't play A5.
Ooh, queen to C2, threatening queen to A4
Oh, that's a good idea.
with, the two breaks. Uh,
All right, black, having said A, should probably play G4 now.
and let me check in on Mike Walder's game here because we've had some.
oh, he did take the knight on D5. Didn't listen to Paul and Polgaevsky.
All right, real Inaki Zabala. A gift sub.
What is a gift sub?
Subscription.
All right,
So thank you for the support.
absolutely. The trifecta. We are the
We're
trifecta.
the trifecta. We're the quad because we got Judith behind the scenes controlling all the games. So when we're on with a trifecta, but when you consider her in the back doing the TD, we're the quads. We're quads.
So what about G3 intending H4?
Yeah, that's a fine move, and you control the light squares with your bishop, but your pawns keep out the black pieces.
Would you believe?
I like
Would you believe that the Gadir game is still going on?
no tremendous resistance. Let's see it.
So here,
Let's see
here it
the
is.
winner.
Where it is.
You chose a good moment. Does he resign or does he get checkmated?
And like, what's there to think about here? I mean, wow, look at
I mean, hope springs. Nobody ever won a game by resigning, right?
That's true. That's true.
So you're hoping the internet in Azerbaijan is going to have problems.
Right.
Hey, look
And
at-
then you can boast about the wonderful game that
and Adam Stafford's like, White can just resign here. I think he knows that. I think he just doesn't want to do it.
yeah.
But
That's fine. And Gadir could fall asleep.
look at this move by Balachandra Dulapala.
Oh, good. That's a nice
Rook
move.
D4.
Yeah, that's a classic exchange sacrifice.
And the chat saying maybe Gadir will fall asleep. Can you imagine? You're trying to like you're using boredom as a weapon. That Gadir will just fall asleep.
I'm trying to remember some comment that Bofinic made after playing this Rook D4 move.
Thanks for
I
joining.
think it's
Yeah, sorry.
goodbye, real Inaki Zabala.
Yes, he had to check in, make sure we were doing our jobs, spreading the gospel of the Mechanics Institute. I saw, Paul, when we do the walks on Tuesday, we should like bring a couple of boards because you never know when we might want to just kind of drop a board somewhere.
Yeah.
See if people use it.
So
Yes, definitely. We could definitely use a raid from someone. try to raise awareness of the Mechanics Institute. Although we have, 1,400 followers.
People know who we are. We're the oldest chess club in the United States. We've had world champions
Only 10, but who's
on our
counting?
doorstep.
Only 10, but who's counting?
I've seen Petrosian at the club, Smyslov at the club. I didn't see Capablanca at the club. That was before my time.
Well, I have a picture of him at the club. In the
And
office.
Fisher was there.
Yep.
Didn't get photographed.
But he was there, and
How about Elvis, Paul? Have you seen Elvis at the club?
Elvis cited at the club. Yeah.
as was Jimmy Hoffa. Also, he was cited at the same.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa.
Wow. Did he visit the mechanics? Taryn would be somebody who's
Gonna ask
He's buried at the mechanics.
That's right. That's why they can't find him.
buried at the mechanics.
Yeah. He's in one of the block pillars or whatever.
Okay, good. Be your coach.
Yeah. Julio
Your
Diaz.
streamer.
Julio Diaz. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, bye now for sure.
Adios. Adios, amigo. All right. So Sanjeev Anand trying to figure out what to do here.
That was me who sent the opening books to their grave. But Nick gave his approval.
Oh, yeah. Nothing worse than an old opening book that teaches you the wrong line.
There you go.
Your opponent just wins the game.
Let's check in on a couple of the other games going on. This is Aaron Craig. He is playing white against Robert Smith. Looks still like early in the stages, although they're on move 18. But taking the quiet approach here.
I don't know. This position could explode.
And checking in on the Jeff Anderson game against Rithwik Narendra.
Positionally must be very good for white, but maybe that F2 pawn's a bit of a target.
Yeah, funny looking game.
And Adam Stafford's in the chat. They saw a video that was wrong about the Traxler counterattack. And it's like, what is it about like opening lines that sort of go out of style? I mean, you would have thought that they would have found that out. Like, is it just the deeper power of computers that can see things, see more fault in things that couldn't be seen by players evaluating it?
Yeah, and plus you better think for yourself. You're really in trouble if you don't think for yourself, with the openings.
Oh, instead of doing like
Instead of just
line,
blindly following the lines.
Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake you can make in studying opening books, I think. So white could sacrifice the exchange for a couple of pawns, but that's going to be bad, right?
Yeah, I don't think that would bring any advantage.
And probably would give a losing position. Rook c8, rook c8, rook d5. Black can just trade off, play king h8. or king f8, bishop e4, and then take the a pawn, and white's in trouble. Take the a pawn with the rook. White would be in trouble.
Yeah.
Uh, let me flip back to this game between Sanjeev Anand and Balachandra Dulapala. White did not take that rook.
No, you just don't want to take that rook. It's black's position becomes so powerful with those.
Now, I'm trying to remember what Botvinnik was saying about this rook d4 sacrifice. Something about that it's better if the person who plays the rook d4 sacrifice has another rook on the board, I think. Does that make sense to you? Have you heard anything like that? Some generalized statement like that?
That's
Yeah, it would always depend, but
And would that be just to support the rolling pawns down the middle or something?
I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I can't remember.
And shameless plug, once more, the Bernardo Smith Memorial, Saturday and Sunday at the Mechanics Institute. 5 rounds of FIDE rated action. All sections are going to be FIDE rated. Register now and get in on the action this weekend at the Mechanics Institute.
I will be back in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Bye, Nick. Yeah, I mean, you can't compel white to take on d4. If you can find a way to compel white to take on d4, then you're doing good.
And that's the thing, right?
Yeah, chess, you always you have this thing, you have freedom of choice.
I mean, if the rook just sits there, it's still just
it's on a great
pawns.
Square. Yeah, it's on a great square, but can it's still, again, there's that thing of like, you make the move that you've always wanted to make, and then you have to go from there still. You get the knight to d5 and it looks really great, but then you have to find something for it to do there. And how is Mr. Walder doing?
Yeah, let's check in on Mike Walder's game here.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is just gruesome, looking gruesome. The threat is rook g4.
And white just doesn't, or black just doesn't seem to have a...
Yeah, I mean, white has the b pawn as well. This is just devastating. Rook c7 or b6 here. Michael's had a great tournament, huh? This must be one of his best tournaments.
Yeah, I mean,
in recent times.
I mean, it includes sort of the only minor blemish on Gadir's record was his draw with him.
White's just got rook g4 and queen f5, and that's all she wrote.
And it was Balachandra Dulapala's exciting game against Mike Walder that sort of separates the second and third, because he defeated Mike Walder.
Right.
But that was a really good game.
This is now completely over. Rook g4, queen f8, queen f5. Mike plays a powerful game of chess.
Yeah, getting strong, getting stronger, continuing to get stronger.
This is completely over. King G2 and Queen F8 and Queen F5 and boom. Mate to follow.
Oof. Yeah. There it is. And it will be coming.
So the only game that is concerning the prize winners on the top section is the Balachandra game.
Yep. And let's take a look at that interesting interesting game.
And what about the other sections? Who's winning in those?
Well, it's all one section.
Oh, that's right. It's the Open.
It's an open tournament. Yep.
Yeah.
So
See, White's just ignoring this, ignoring the rook at d4, which is wise.
and it really helps to have that bishop on c2, but is black going to launch a kingside attack?
How so?
Is something like f5 a thing?
Yeah, but there's that bishop at c2.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Or knight f4 followed by f5.
Well, knight f4 might run into taking on e5, but that doesn't seem to work because like bishop b6, queen b6, knight e5, black's got to be able to play queen takes b2. So that's an issue.
And then the other problem is white's time. Significantly less time. I'm taking a look at the other games. Let me just go back to this game really quick between Jeff Anderson and Ritwik Narendra. White offered a draw and black has declined it by playing g4.
Ow.
That's extremely brave. This position looks like it should be better for white, but g4 is amazing how you can do this right in front of your own king.
That's guts. Admire that. Ooh, I'm wondering, you can go pawn takes g4, queen takes g4, pawn to f3.
Oh, that's a nice move, Nick.
Hacking the black queen and...
Oh, it can't take it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Right.
And if queen back to g6, anyway, you play queen takes e4 because it's pinned. So white is winning a pawn.
And black will regret having declined the draw.
Yes, it's sad. You bravely play a move, but then you go, uh-oh.
And
this is optimism. And if queen g3, you can still just play queen takes e4.
Because that black king is so open.
Yeah.
Question is, will he see it? Looks scary. Black's threatening pawn to h3.
right. And yeah, that bishop on a2, a lot of influence. It's an influencer.
It's a a bishop influencer.
Bishop influencer. Maybe that'll be a new chess term, an influencer.
I'm reading a book. I'm reading a book by a Polish writer his name is Bruno Schultz, and he was murdered by a Gestapo officer. But he writes about objects, inanimate objects, as though they're alive. It's like so the chess pieces would be talking to each other and having influence outside the just the chessboard.
Wow.
Stuff like that.
Interesting. Man, that's deep. Who's the author?
His name is Bruno Schultz.
Bruno Schultz.
The book is called The Street of Crocodiles.
Street of Crocodiles.
Oh, that's a great title.
Yeah.
So-
Sad story.
Wow.
This story. But a unique writer.
Let me go back to Balachandra's game as we wait for Jeff Anderson. Oh, and Balachandra is still in thought after Bishop A5.
Because White's threatening to capture on E5 twice.
Yeah.
And then take, the
knight.
knight on B6.
Although Black will have Queen B2 at the end of that.
Something like pawn to H5, knight takes E5, bishop takes E5, knight takes C5, queen takes C5, bishop takes B6, and
Oh, you take on, I see, you just keep taking on E5. Right. I'm sure Black is thinking, just please take my rook on D4. I gave it there, put it there, take it.
And Mike Walder in the chat saying Spassky used to call strong players crocodiles.
Wow, that's an interesting thing, huh? Did you see Spassky's little combination against Petrosian that I put in the newsletter,
I did.
the last newsletter?
Yeah. It was nice.
In fact,
Yeah, go ahead.
Spassky, those guys played some classic combinations against each other, Spassky and Petrosian.
Now, when you research those, like, are those combinations that you remember? So you bring it
No.
back, or you look at
Sometimes. I'm familiar with a lot of those positions.
Yeah, because I imagine you've seen them before.
It's part of the chess culture that I was what I was studying at the time. So after knight e5, f6. No, that doesn't work either. Probably.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, the knight is trapped. But
Knight f7.
and the knight will be trapped on F7 also. So knight on G takes E5, pawn to F6. Interesting.
I'm sure White could probably play knight g6, knight h4, or something like that.
Well, it's a knight sacrifice. So
Yeah. That would be fun. This is an interesting game. The thing is, these A players and give these IMs such a fight, and then so Balachandra just took it off. You see something else. Rook d7. Maybe he meant to play rook d6.
You think that could have been a misclick?
Yeah. Rook d7 doesn't seem to do anything. That looks like a misclick.
Well, it doesn't look like a dangerous misclick, like hanging something.
Well, bishop c7, yeah, knight c7, so it could have been a misclick. Rook d6 is more makes more sense because it attacks the bishop.
Yeah.
Now queen c3 would have just lost a piece. I think it was a misclick. What do you think, Nick?
Yes. I mean, rook d6, bishop a5, queen takes b2, queen c3.
I see. Yeah, maybe nothing for black, nothing much for black anyway.
Probably you want the pawn. This is, but here you get a knight to d4.
But why is the rook on d7?
To come to b7 perhaps?
Yeah, maybe.
But I liked your move f6 better. What is this?
Maybe just
Maybe-
trade in rook c2, queen d6. Huh. There's some odd moves going on here.
So bishop to, if the bishop comes to a5, then I don't know.
Black plays bishop c7. That's a move that you could play in a blitz game, not on chess.com. I wonder if they could figure out an algorithm or a program that allowed you to play illegal moves.
What would be the purpose of that?
Good question. I really don't know. I mean, just to make it even more like
more
over the board chess.
Make it more real.
Yeah, yeah.
For cheating, says Adam.
Bishop d1. Look at that. That's a cold-blooded move.
Don't want
Yeah.
that knight on e2.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. The bishop is a perfect piece there in a weird way.
Objectively, white is better, but there's lots of tricks. That knight on d4 is a tricky piece.
I think black's last few moves have been kind of random. I don't get the feeling that I do when I'm watching Deer play, that the moves are all syncing together. You know what I mean?
Let me just flip to this game just to check out the end game. Aaron Nikoski is white against Kevin Fong, Chess Appeals.
Oh, great end game.
6 pawns against a knight and 2 pawns.
Oh, wow.
Well, soft situation for that knight, especially with those queenside pawns. What sort of sneaky thing can we do?
White looks like he's lost, huh? Can you make a mating net here? Pawn on h4, king on g4, and knight on e3.
What about, yeah.
Well, so pawn to h4 check, definitely the best move. And yeah, king to g4, knight d5
There you go.
threatens to do fork those pawns.
Oh, there's that too. That's right.
I mean, it's certainly objectively lost.
It's
For,
forced. It's got to be forced. Yeah.
We did that move. Well, go knight to d5. Come now. And then you threaten king g2. But he did it. He did it.
So a5, king g2, f4.
Yeah, f4 is a good move. You'll win the game.
You have to do king g2 now, right? And then hope he just keeps pushing pawns.
Yeah, that's exactly right. King G2.
I mean,
And if black doesn't play F4, he's in trouble.
Here we go. Here we go. Are we gonna see it? Oh, okay.
I wonder why he played King G2. So now you have to play knight F4, knight back to D5, and then sort of look around and whistle a little bit.
Oh, but this is now maybe giving drawing chances.
Can that knight stop 2 pawns?
It's getting close.
Barely.
G5 looks wrong.
Yeah, this is now real drawing chances. It's
Black could have won easily by just taking the king over to the queen side too, maybe.
Yes, pawn G5 is not good, but he's got 35 seconds left, so that's what makes it interesting.
Right. The better side has less time.
Yes. King F3, okay.
So now knight D3?
Yeah.
That's the move. Yeah, knight D3. And then it pushes the pawn, you just go knight B2.
And you've stopped them, yes.
And you've stopped it.
And then the knight has unlimited tempos, right? With knight A4 and knight B2.
Ooh, that's not the way to stop it because, you know, this.
Yeah.
Oh. Now the knight's got to go down to B1 to stop.
But this will be the one time in a million when the knight needed to be on B1 rather than B2, Nick.
Yeah, still barely hanging on by a thread, and but with 30 seconds, maybe he'll mess it up. On B2, well, knight A4 would be a nice move to get in. On B2 restricts the knight better.
So, but knight B1 still sort of stops it all, right?
Yes.
Yeah, white can play knight B1, knight A3, knight C3.
Right.
But he could have had that knight on B2.
Oh, now F5. It's like you're barely doing this. It probably still a win for black, but it's gotten very tricky.
Yeah, now if you bring your king over to D5, white plays king F4, king F5, and tries to queen his own pawn.
Yeah. So you need to go knight A3, just keep moving that knight.
So what's better here? F4 for black? He played it. Maybe the white king will be further away.
Yeah, and king F5. And
but it seems like the black king is not going to be able to get over to support because then white will have the opportunity to march the pawn, right?
No, but black is going to eliminate the F pawn by playing H4, H3.
You got the diversion now.
And then I guess it'll be close, but black probably is going to win. But maybe the white king will get back and box in the white king. The black king. Probably not. Black can also play A4 as well, getting the pawn one step closer.
And just doing a
Have you calculated it out, Nick?
What's that?
Have you calculated this out?
I mean, it's black is winning. I'm trying to find some tricky way for white, but I can't find it.
King
Yes,
G2, King F4, King H2, King E3, King G2, King D2, King F2, King C1.
Oh, what was that move?
E2.
Now you have to go back. Okay. H3, yes, good move. King has to stop it. Pawn H2.
The knight is better at A3 for sure than B1. Can the white king get back in time to King G2, King E3, King D2, King F2, King C1, King 2?
It just
It's
doesn't quite
not
work.
enough. It's too far away.
King F2, huh?
And just king to C1.
Yeah, that didn't.
Just by a tempo you lose.
Yeah. Chess Appeals gets it done.
Yep. Yep. Good job, Chess Appeals. Let's just make sure ended it yet. And let's go back to this game.
Did white have knight C4 check drawing? I don't know about that.
No, that it didn't work. Didn't work.
Sanji,
Black's regained the pawn. Much good it's done him.
and white down to under 2 minutes.
White is much better here. It looks to me like.
Well, black is centralized. That knight's, a good piece.
Yeah. Well, bishop h5 is a threat, and so is rook a6 maybe.
Oh,
I'm gonna go into full Leon mode.
No, you first have to explain this great Leon mode. What it means.
Oh, there's a chess player whose mind works 10 times faster than mine and Nick's, that's for sure. And probably a few other players combined as well. And his favorite, he's a wonderful chess player, but he used the word obviously a little bit too much. And that's the first thing that I noticed about him.
Or the book says so. No, the book says.
I think his rating probably will shoot up a couple of 100 points if he just stops saying obviously, because he's that good. Oh, white takes on d4. Huh.
Quite a wimpy decision.
Yeah. Although rook a6.
I was looking at rook a6.
Ooh, careful for bishop e4.
Yeah, I was looking at rook a6, but I didn't play it, Nick. I was just looking at it. Yeah, why did white do that? Take that knight on d4. You could have tried to undermine it by playing b4 at some point. It just took away so much juice.
It's another case where the higher-rated player has more time
and more experience.
Lower-rated player has played a great game, so well.
Time catches up. Time catches up to all of us, and it's catching up to white because
Still probably should be a draw, maybe,
But it won't be.
but it won't. Bishop F3 and pawn to D3, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's no draw. Actually, that's
Wow, the other game going on is Jeff Anderson and Ritwik Narendra.
oh, let's see, Jeff Anderson, that's,
Yeah,
our new hero.
let's just take a quick look at the position because look at this game. The Black King on E6, a fighting piece,
Wow, how did this happen?
and this was out of that position we saw earlier.
Yeah. Did he play F3 in that game?
He did not. King H2.
Okay, so Queen G3 check and Queen F3. After Queen G4, did he take? Oh, he played King H2. Ah, okay. He missed F3.
Yeah, he missed it, and this is the position.
Wow. Okay, still very complicated. That pawn on E4 is great. With
Doesn't
the
Black
bishop
just
on
play
A2.
Queen G3 check and Queen takes F3?
He does, but King to G, F1, Queen F3 check, King to E1.
Oh, we've switched games here.
Yeah, only because we're getting here. 20 seconds left for White.
No, well, this is lost for White, I would guess.
Good active move. You know, that's
And White resigned.
oh well he maybe thought Queen E1 check that you had to take it, but you don't take it.
Yeah, you just go King H2 because the rook's hanging.
Yeah. Ooh, that was signs was too quick.
It is lost, but yeah, I think he may not have recognized that. Yep. Back to this game. This might be the last game going on. Both players under 30 seconds.
Ooh, check. Check is a good move because
Yeah, and in that line, Nick, if Queen G3, King F1, then Bishop A6 would have been just killed Black.
oh, Bishop A6. Wow. Queen G3. Oh my God.
Well,
Oh,
Bishop A6 is coming now anyway.
yeah.
White's lost.
Oh,
Still Bishop A6 if he finds. Oh, he didn't play
No,
Bishop
he-
A6 winning the Queen.
didn't see that.
Oh,
Oh, no.
I didn't see it.
Oh, no.
my God.
Unbelievable.
They're
Probably.
down to seconds. Both
Let's see.
of them.
White takes on D5, King D5, King H2, King E5. See, I guess Black is another king and pawn ending, Nick.
And Black has the outside pass pawn. So
Yeah,
should win
classic.
it.
Oh, White plays King F2. What does that do? Nothing. This is making it easy for Black.
Yeah.
Actually, probably the same thing would have happened anyway.
Wow.
And now
Another outside pass pawn experience.
The pass pawn experience.
The outside pass pawn experience.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
two pawns. And now they play super fast.
Yeah. Great games this
Okay.
round.
Wow. So what was, yeah. Well, I guess anything can still happen here. Well, White's
I don't know about that,
Black's technique was sloppy.
but got the job done because they were
Yeah.
both in time pressure. Definitely
The
some great
outside
games.
pass pawn experience got art rock band. Yeah.
Yeah, the outside, the outside pass pawn.
How about just outside and past? Yeah.
Passed out outside? How about that?
Passed out, the passed out pawn. Look at this.
Wait a
What
minute.
is Black doing? Trying to show.
God, that was.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that was
was-
unbelievable.
Wait a minute.
I think it's still winning. Oh,
King C4 is forced, right? Obviously.
Obviously.
Oh.
King B1. And if you go King B3,
Still winning for Black.
That's funny.
and he found it. Oh my, what a game. What a game.
Nice win from. Well, it was nice in the end, but it was a little ugly in the middle.
Zenwabi definitely had the chances to win this game.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that might be the final game of the round. Wait to see if Judith.
The passed out pawn experience.
See, I mean, we've talked about film, we've talked about music, we've talked about
Arches.
arches, band names that could be. We gave it all. We gave it all.
We are not just one-dimensional
We're,
chess players here.
we're not a one-hit wonder, to use another reference. And it is posted. And I believe Gadir Guseynov is the winner.
That's a stretch.
I believe he is the winner. And Ritwik, hello. Congratulations on the win. You missed some stuff, but I have no doubt you're going to go back and look at the game. And results are posted. And there you have it. And actually, let me pull it up.
Actually, that's funny because I'm seeing Siddharth Arun as the winner after 7 rounds.
You're looking at Tuesday Night Marathon.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm looking at Tuesday night. What night is it again?
It's Thursday night.
Okay.
Thursday night. Actually, let me pull that up myself here. Let's see. Thursday night marathon.
Michael, great results. I mean,
Well done.
Yeah, 1.5 points ahead of these 3 players. Completely dominated this event.
And I'm going to show the standings here. There we go. Gadir Guseynov, 7.5 out of 8. Clear first. Balachandra Dulapala, clear second with 7. And Michael Walder, clear third with 6.5. And the next closest player is a full 1.5 points behind at 5.
Yeah.
Kalen Melville, Ritwik Narendra, and Kevin Fong, 5 out of 8. Congratulations to him.
Yes.
And congratulate. And great games from the underdogs. They really put up a fight today and had some good chess action. So congrats to everyone. That is
and to Jeff Anderson in particular.
Oh, Jeff, I feel bad for him because he lost 2 games, but he had Gadir. Had him.
Had him dead to rights.
Had him on the draw ropes for sure, and
Yeah.
did not convert. but it was really close. And you guys sign up for the Bernardo Smith, Rithwik Narendra, Adam Stafford, register, and we get some more players. And Paul will be there Saturday as well. So
And Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. So we'll connect with Judith on that one. And thank you to Judith behind the scenes, making sure everything's posted, starting all the games. Thank you for another amazing tournament directing. And thank you two guys, Nick and Paul, sort of bringing the games to life. It was fun. Having Taryn on too in the chat, and Alexi,
Yeah,
and
Alexia.
everyone, yeah, and everyone who supports what we do. Well, we try not to do just pure chess. Try to bring culture and passion to everything. So it was a lot of fun. All right, everyone, we're gonna sign off, and we will be back for the final round of the TNM this coming Tuesday. This Thursday night marathon is over, so we have a break week next Thursday. But the next Thursday night marathon will start the week after. We will let all of you know about it, so you can sign up and register. And then 2 weeks we'll have round one on Thursday. So, all right, everyone, have a good night, and